Hello, hello, my friends. How are we this Thursday morning? And welcome to my newest member, Julie. It's so nice to have you in the Frizzy Friends, Julie. Thank you for joining in. And hello to Samantha. And we've got Sarah in the house. Hi, Sarah. Doing laundry. I get it. Oh, my goodness. I folded a bunch yesterday, actually. Lana started crocheting this morning and has done a few rounds on a blanket for Augie, her son's friend. That's exciting, Lana. I can't wait to see it. Yay. You're getting back into the Crojo, getting your Crojo back, right? Oh my goodness. Everybody's was counting down the time until I would arrive, and I am here. Oh my gosh. Yes, I'm so glad that you're back to crocheting again, Lana. I know that you were not for a while, stuck on granny squares for a little bit. Now you're getting your Crojo back. I love it. Hello, Callie. Yes, thank you. Leave your BNA, right? Your DNA. Yes. Don't forget to click those thummies, guys, and subscribe if you're not already. All the things. Yes, yes, yes. Hi, Heather. Welcome in. And Mandy's in the house. And hello, Amy. It's so nice to see everybody this morning. And Breezy's here too. Oh my goodness, you guys. It just makes me so happy to see you all. It brings me joy, you know. That's why I come here. You guys bring me joy. Hi, Lisa. How are you? Okay. I've been a busy bee this morning. Hello, Sandy. How are you, my dear? Blanket hugs to all. I just posted a short on my channel. That's why I was like hustling my booty to try to get it done before I popped on here. Good morning, Sam. How are you doing, my dear? So I did the thing, you guys. I did the thing. Do you remember what the thing was with this? This is quiz time. What could I have used this for? Besides brushing my cat. There was something else I was going to brush, remember? Hello, Mama Blue Bear. How are you? Welcome, welcome. I don't know if I did it enough. I don't know if it can get any higher than it is. Oh, but I did puff up my pygmy puff, you guys. He's very fuzzy now. He's also got a lot of fibers trying to come off of him too, so my nose is going to start itching. Hello, DK Jen, and hi, Emma. It's so nice to see you. I know. It's like, oh. Now it's very soft, though. The cats will probably love it because I probably put their scent on it. Hi, Preppy. How are you? So I was very proud of myself. So I got that done. It's like super soft now. Did I do it right? Did I do it enough? I think I did. It's definitely nice because it's not so, I don't know. The Teddy is good. I like the Teddy Premier yarn, but it just left little bits. Almost, I don't know if you guys have ever worked with Fun Fur before. You just watched it. Thank you. Give it a thumbs. Push it out into the world. No, if you guys have ever worked with Fun Fur before, and I've used it before for, I would hold it usually with a strand. I'd get the black. I'd hold it with a strand of black, just acrylic yarn, and I would make soot sprays with it. This is how I used to make soot sprays, which are these little guys, if you guys are not familiar. These ones, which there's the pattern and all that up on the channel, but these little ones, I use the Teddy yarn on. So I could fluff them up even more now that I know. I probably should try that, right? But anyway, so I would hold the two things together, stitch them up, and then some of the Fun Fur would be sticking out. But I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, but when you would crochet and you look at what would be considered the wrong side, if you will, the Fun Fur always was more prevalent on the wrong side. And so you would get spikies coming out the right side, but then if you flipped it, you would end up with a whole bunch more. So I don't know. It got me thinking. I'm wondering if that's the same with the Teddy. I didn't key in on whether that was the same kind of thing or not, but I just saw your notice come up, Sarah, that you were the first to comment on my short. Thank you. You may also notice something else behind me, you guys. Do you see anything different than maybe you saw yesterday? This is your quiz time. I like to quiz you guys in the morning. Here, I'll take a sip of coffee and I'll see if you notice. Hello, Nature Fairy. Nice to see you, my dear. Do you notice anybody behind me? Oh, come on now. Come on. Who's new behind me? I'm vibing. Can you guys hear the music? Callie got him. Rizzo, I finished Rizzo, and I did mine a little bit different. There he is. Look, I changed the tail and I put wire in it because I wanted him to stand, and he wouldn't stand on. I mean, they don't really stand. I don't know if any of the characters stand, but he certainly didn't, because the tail that Drew has you make, it's just a chain and you're working into the chain, you know, and it's cute. I mean, it would totally work for a tail, but Rizzo's my favorite character. So it's kind of like, you know, I wanted him to be as true to the character as I can make him. He's not done, and I'll tell you what else I'm going to do for him. But anyway, so I added wiring, so now he can stand. I adjusted and I added felt to the ears that I stitched down instead of doing the blush that he had on his. Only because I love how the blush looks, but I feel like over time it may wear off. I don't really know, because I haven't used blush very often. I'll tend to use more either embroidered stitches for cheeks or felt. Thank you, Melanie. Thank you. I also adjusted his face just a little bit, and it's hard to really tell a huge difference. But one thing that I did was I changed his nose just a wee bit, so it's a little bit more knobby. That's the best word I can use. Light the lamp, not the rat. Light the lamp, not the rat. Ah! Emma. That's like one of my favorites. Oh my gosh, you have no idea. I love the Muppet Christmas Carol. It's my favorite Muppet movie, I will admit. But I closed his mouth a little bit and brought his nose down. And he gives you total Rizzo vibes when he looks at you like this, right? And like when he would start shaking and stuff. Oh my God, I just love him. But so I'm going to do two more things. Well, at least two more things. So one of the things I want to do is he often is shown with a little yellow beanie. And I have a, let me see where I put it. Hold on. Where did I put it, you guys? It's probably like under something. Oh, it dropped. That's what it was. So when I made the little chickens before, one of the little chicks I made a little beanie for, and this one's a little too big, but it kind of gives you that same little vibe so you can see what it would look like. But yeah, so I'm going to make him a little yellow beanie that'll probably, I'm trying to see how big it's going to be, but it won't be too big, but he often has this little beanie on, and it kind of sits like that on him. So I'll probably do that. And the other thing I'm going to make him is his bag of jelly beans. So I just love him. He makes me so happy. And thanks to Rebecca, my amazing patron, Kermit has a new development. He has his little banjo. Look, and she sent me this, and I went and picked it up from my P.O. box yesterday. Isn't it cute? So he has his little banjo now, and I just love it. Oh my goodness. So anyways, but yeah, I think what I'm going to do for the bag of jelly beans, I was thinking about it this morning with my daughter, because she's like, you got to make the bag of jelly beans, Mom. Because that's one of the best parts, I think, in the Muppet Christmas Carol, is when, if you guys have ever seen this, you can even just look up funny moments from Muppet Christmas Carol with Rizzo, and you'll find all the clips. because my daughter said she thought he was ugly and she didn't like how he looked and he was frightening and whatever. I'm like, you just don't appreciate Rizzo. You don't know him like I do. And so I brought up YouTube and I showed her some of them, and now she can't talk enough good things about him. But I was thinking, oh, I could sculpt some out of clay, paint them and whatever, but why not just use already colored clay? I have that. So I'm going to, with my daughter later, we're going to make some little jelly beans. I think I have the clay that you bake in the oven, and then I can always add a little Mod Podge or something to kind of make them look more shiny. And then I just need to decide how I want to make the bag that they go in, because in the movies, he uses like a little brown paper sack, you know, that's folded down, which would be cute. But in the long run, I kind of think something fabric might be better. So I don't know. I was thinking if I should make try to make one out of felt. I could use like a light tan color like my coffee, and then I could always maybe even use the they have that like weathering stuff that you use for junk journaling. I could probably like brush that on there. It's an ink, and that might make it look like a crinkled bag. So I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud, but that was what my thought was. Yes, Sam. Oh my gosh. I just love that when he's like, they can't get through this gate, you know, and Rizzo's like, well, I can climb over it, you know. So he's up on the top and he jumps down and like lands in the snow. And then he looks up at Gonzo and he goes, oh, I forgot hang on a second, you know. And he just runs through the bars of the gate, grabs his jelly bean bag, and then comes back out, and he's like, okay, now we can go. And Gonzo's like, you could have done that the whole time. It's just like hoofed all the way up and over this gate, just walks right through, grabs his jelly beans. It's so cute. Oh my goodness. You could use some fabric like Ada that you use for cross stitch. Oh, right. I actually just bought some of that. If it's the same one I'm thinking of, actually. Yeah, it's that, or it's some sort of like a linen or something like that. I'll have to see what I have. I might have something I could use. I'm not sure yet, but we will find out. So yeah, and I'd even thought, oh gosh, you could even make the outfits from the movie for them, and then they could become Christmas decorations, you know? I mean, why not? You just have to make like the top hat and the little scarf. Rizzo wears a scarf, and then he's got like a little coat on and stuff. It'd be really cute. So multi-purpose. So anyways, so I got those done, and I have fuzz in my mouth. Yep. Nope, that was my own hair, actually. Tuli, I'm going to mark you down, my dear. So now you get your name put in the mailbox. This is our giveaway for members Valentine's Day, or Valentine's, as I like to say. So I'm going to put your name down, Tuli. Doop. Tuli's got her name in there. Hi, Nessa. Long time no talk. Just kidding. We were chatting earlier. All right, Tuli's in there. And I do have a few more. We've got a few that were gifted memberships. There's Yarn Works by Lydia and Crochet Loving Lady. And I've got Little Treasures by Nancy's going to go in. Darcia White. We all know Darcia. She's an amazing mod. And then this one, she's actually was not gifted. She's became a member herself. Killian, who I adore. Viney Maple. You guys should check her out if you haven't already. She's been putting some really fun little vlogs and things up, and she's funny. Just finished with my appointment, and I'm still working at the moment. Awesome. You're multitasking, Nessa. Thank you. Yes, I finished Kermie, and I finished Rizzo just in time for Drew to come on tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific time. And I will be doing the interview with him, talking all about the book. I just wanted to get those done. I didn't have to make them, but I thought, you know, I'm having him on. I think it would be really fun to make a couple characters, and I'll do a book review. I'll have that come up after the interview, though. You're sewing in your ends, Callie. Good job. Good job, good job. Okay. Now, I wish Shy was on here because I can't remember. Or maybe Callie, you're doing the Hexi Cardi Wrap, right? What size hook are we supposed to use? I don't know if I have the right hook on right now or with me, because I've got my Hexi Wrap I'm going to work on today. So if anybody's making Shy's Hexi Cardi Wrap, let me know what the hook size is, because I'm totally blanking on it. And I want to make sure I get the right one. So yeah, I think it would be, I wanted to show him like, hey, I made your guys, you know. I only adjusted Rizzo a tiny bit. And that's just my own, like, you know, when it's like a beloved character, you do what you can to make them as close as you can. Which I thought they looked great. I did. My daughter's like, Mom, I want his mouth like more closed or whatever. I'm like, okay, well, we'll make it happen. 4mm. Okay, Emma says 4mm. Oh, good. I didn't get started. I had the 3.5. So that would have been the wrong size. That's a 6. Let's try this one. 4mm. Got it. Oh, and it matches too. Hey. Emma, how far are you on yours? Did you get it done, or isn't that pretty, Crafty Witch? I love the way that this is working up. I will say Hobie yarns, though, very barfy, if you know what I mean. They don't keep their shape because they're softer. There's like there's a very squishy softness to them, which means that they don't, it's not like acrylic yarn, you know, Red Heart, it's just like solid. It's very gently in there in the little the wrappings. And so as you use it, and it just like falls out, and it got so tangled on itself. So my mom balled what was left and actually found that there was an additional end in there. So probably they had tied two together or something. And I think that was part of the reason why it had such issues. But Callie doesn't like to follow the rules. So you're using an 8mm. All right, Nature Fairy, have a good day. Thanks for popping in. Finished and very colorful. Emma, did you post pictures? I want to see it. What colors did you go with? Because that's awesome. I feel very behind right now. This is all I've got done. And that was when we went to Leavenworth. I brought that on the car ride and got some work done on it on the way there. The way back, I was working on Pomona, which, where did I put her? I put her over here. So I moved the whales over here. And Pomona's got a spot now. Hi, Kimmy. How are you? How's it going? Okay, now I've gotten around. So now I've just got to start the next go around. Because let's be honest, I'm going to need it to be a lot bigger than this. Oh my goodness. This is going to be my first real wearable. I'm so excited. I mean, you can count the spider thing, I guess, but I don't know. It's very holy looking. I guess you could count it, but that one should not be my basis for whether or not to make wearables, because I made it and it was too small for me. Hi, David. How are you? I'm working on Shy's Hexi Cardi Wrap. So, and Rebecca is here. Rebecca, I shared with them the amazing banjo that you got me, and I very much appreciate it. Thank you so much, my friend. That was very exciting to get that in the mail, and it just really made Kermit feel finished, you know? He just needed that little banjo so he can start singing the Rainbow Connection. Oh, you haven't posted your pictures yet, Emma? Are those the colors, the hearts you put there? Is that the colors you went with? Well, yeah, it's that, Callie, or we have to just make more rows, right? That's kind of where I was at. But I did buy, I think, enough to make it for like a large, well, hopefully maybe extra large, let's be real, you know. But I haven't done the measurements yet because I figured I'm not quite at the point of needing to, so I'm just building it up. 2 doctor's appointments and a blood draw, sheesh. No bueno. Now you can rest, right? Yeah, I love this Hobie yarn. This is so pretty. This is the one Shy hadn't seen, and so I think, I mean, I might be giving this away because David, if you don't know, is Shy's husband. She might be buying some of this. I'm just saying, David. She said she wanted to make one in these colors. You think they're going to say my son has... Oh, no. Aw. Does he live with you, Rebecca? I can't remember. My son is home today. He's also not feeling great. Very congested and yucky feeling. So it was a whole conversation with my daughter this morning because she didn't go to school the first couple days this week because her stomach was having issues. And then I love the rationalization of children. So my son is like, he's sick. He's legitimately sick, you know. So we know he's going to stay home. And my daughter is supposed to go to school. And she's like, Mom, that's not fair. I said, what do you mean it's not fair? You had the first 2 days off this week because your stomach wasn't feeling well. How is that not fair that he has today off when he's all gross and snotty? I don't understand. She's like, well, because he didn't know that I was going to stay home when he went to school. But I know that he's staying home, so that makes it worse. It's like, I don't get that rationalization, you know. The second day you were home, he knew you were staying home. And she was like, but not the first day. I just got a kick out of it. So it took a while, but my husband and I had to really get her to understand that, you know, you already had a couple days off. Then you went back to school. If we call you in again, it's obvious that you're not going home because you're sick. It's obvious that you're just like playing hooky, you know? Oh my gosh. Yes, thank you, Callie. Don't forget. Yeah, make sure you're subscribed and subscribe to each other. Just throw some yarn in each other's windows. That's always such a nice positive thing. My kids did the same thing when they were little, right? Oh my gosh, Vivian. I mean, you have to, I think nowadays, I don't know if it's a nowadays thing or not, but I just don't remember fighting my parents when I was a kid. They were the parents. If they said I had to go to school, I had to go to school. Or if they said, you know, I need to stay home because I have a fever and I can't go to school like that, I'll stay home, you know, like I just listened. I don't know, maybe I didn't question it, or I don't remember questioning it the same way, but now they're just, oh my gosh, they try to rationalize you into a corner so that you lose the argument. It's difficult. Oh my gosh. My nephew was here the other night. My 2 nephews were here, and one of my nephews was wanting to move this little love seat that we have under a mini basketball hoop that's attached to the wall in the playroom. He wants to move the couch, and I'm like, you don't need to move the couch. I want to slam dunk it though. And it's too easy if the couch is there. And I was like, well, okay, but why don't you try tossing the ball and getting it in the basket? He's like, well, that's too hard. Okay. And I said, honestly, I don't want to move the couch because my kids always tell me they're going to move it back because he was saying he would move it back. I'm like, my kids always say that and then they don't do it. And I end up having to do it. So, he goes, I'm going to do it. I will do that. I'm going to move it back. And so he's already like starting to hoof the thing back. And I'm just like, oh my God, okay, what? I'm like, do I want to have a meltdown? Do I want my nephew to have a meltdown? Because I know it's going to lead to that. Just like, it's not a huge deal. It's more of just an annoyance that I don't want to deal with. You know what I mean? Hello, Winsome. How's it going? And so then, you know, he does his thing. He's playing the game. He's having a good time, whatever. And then they're getting ready to go. And the couch is still not in the spot that's supposed to be in. And I knew, I was like watching him to see if he'd remember. He wasn't going to remember, but I'm like, Aiden, you remember you told Auntie that you were going to move that back. So he kind of, okay. And then he did. He moved it back, but I'm like, okay, well, if you're going to back me into a corner and win that argument, then I'm going to win the fact that you have to put it back after you said you're going to do that. So we both won. Let's see. Mandy, I feel like they have way more critical thinking skills, right? They do. They really do. 2 more days sick vacated. I don't know the better term, but anyway, my throat is still hurting and I'm couching. Yeah. Yes, I mean, I don't know. I guess globally then something is going around, right? Because a lot of kiddos are getting sick right now. Sewed in all your tails, Callie. Good job. Ready to join these squares. Callie's working on, so you're going to make a blanket, Callie? Is that what you decided on with those? She got those flower power skeins and they did not all line the way they were supposed to, which I still don't know how they expect everybody to have the same tension, hook size, everything to make those that flower yarn work, but little much better, not so sore anymore. That's good. Drill the sofa to the floor and say, no, it's stuck to the floor. Why didn't I think of that, David? I know I was telling my husband about it. I think it was this morning or yesterday. And he goes, oh, is that why all those cords were shoved out to the side? Because he had cords back behind. We have like a mini, it's a mini arcade cabinet, and he had them all tucked in perfectly. And then of course, as my nephew's hoofing this couch over, they all came out, you know, like yarn barf. And so, yeah, I was like, yeah, that was why. Oh my gosh. Shy says she'll be here soon, but she needs to fix something for a video first. No worries, Shy, I get it. Small blanket with a red heart flower power skeins. And definitely cheated. You have to. I mean, I don't know anybody. I don't know that I've not heard anybody that has been able to get it like first try. Maybe they kept working on it to figure it out and then were able to do it. But because of that, I have absolutely no desire to buy that yarn unless I'm going to use it just as a variegated yarn. I have seen people do that, and the striping is actually quite pretty. So I would do that over making the flowers. It's on your ever-growing list of content, Nessa. You're going to do oh, I can't wait for that review, Nessa. I want to see if you can get it on the first try. Oh my gosh. Doing a live tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So Eastern. So that's 8 o'clock my time. Sounds good. I'm trying to think what I'll be doing. I can pop in for a little bit and then I'll have to take my daughter. I probably pop in for like half an hour and then I'll have to take my daughter to school. Going to be lurking. Actually go back to the dentist. No. I'm sorry you have to go back, Lori. That's no fun. Like, they didn't torture you enough yesterday, huh? Which is all-in-one granny yarn. That's new. I've seen, okay, I think it's Bernat. Bernat has one that I want to say Callie bought. It's called it's got like a striping to it. But is that what you're talking about? Or is this, it's a blanket yarn that makes granny squares? I don't think I've seen that, Sam. I'll have to take a look and see if I can find it. I mean, I don't really know how any of the granny square yarns can work up perfectly. I remember a lot of different content creators saying that they weren't 100% exact, and you either left it as it was or you just had to keep frogging it until you could figure out the secret to the blanket, or not blanket, but the granny square yarn. What's with the Muppet book? Drew is coming on tomorrow, the creator of the Muppets book, and I made Kermit and Rizzo the rat from the book. So I'm showcasing them so that I can tell you that you should be there, although you'll probably be sleeping, David. But it's at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is 1 a.m. your time, I think. Aren't we like 9 hours apart? Was Mikey showing it? That might have been. I did get it sort of on the first try. I had to retry a few sections because I was too anxious and my tension got really tight, not usual. Yeah, for anybody whose tension is not consistent, though, that must be very frustrating. Patchwork, that's it. Yep, that's the one I was thinking of, Callie. They now have a Bernat Granny Square as well. I may have to try it. I could try it and do a review, but it may trigger me. I'm just saying, because just like untangling yarn barf, I can't. There's only been a few times where I wasn't going to have my mom be able to do it if I wanted to finish a project. So I was like, I tried to like do the Danielson. I centered my mind and my focus and went in and managed, but most of the time it's very like triggering for me. Vanessa Moogly showed it in one of her lives. It's Bernat blanket yarn to make a granny square. Nice. Okay, Rebecca, we'll talk soon, probably after the live. We have Discord, you guys. So if you guys join the membership, we have a very active Discord chat going, and it's lovely. We keep up with each other, keep tabs all throughout the day, which has been
too active.
Too active, yeah.
On my iPad, and I get like 400 things a second.
You can leave the chat.
I think. Why do you have it?
I don't know. I put that there at one point and then I never used it. He found a lone creamer. It's it's not the one that needs to be refrigerated. The Coffee Mate. Oh, cat. Oh God, that could have opened. That would have been bad. But we're good. We're good, you guys. Angela, I have 3 skeins of the Flower Power in the Cherry Blossom. I'm making a blanket with it. Ooh. So are you using that to make the flowers, though, Angela? Or are you just using that as the variegated type yarn? Changed how they make their blanket. It seems much softer, more squish and plush. Yes. In fact, I remember Jenna. Jenna used to use, Crochet by Jenna. She used to use, well, she still uses, I think it's Premier yarn now, but she had mentioned that she had stopped using Bernat because Bernat was not soft, but now they've changed their formula and it is now. So, and that's the only one I've ever known to use. I've never tried the Premier Parfait Chunky, I think is the one she uses. Hey, you're supposed to be sick. At least pretend. Right? I still remember being a kid and being like, oh, I don't feel well, Mom. I don't feel well. And you're like really, really acting. Just like try to, we'd at least try to make it seem like we were sick, you know? Come on. Huh?
I want to go Krispy Kreme.
That was random. It's talking about Krispy Kreme over here. Maybe later. Maybe later, if you're lucky. Mikey did do a review. Okay, cool. I think some of the content creators had issues with the Red Heart Granny Square yarn, didn't follow their pattern on how to make the granny square with it. What live to be on tomorrow? Oh, too many choices, right? Are you talking about mine and Kim's? I know Kim is having the game night at the same time as I'm having the Drew interview tomorrow. So whichever you choose, you know, I mean, the replays for both will be available afterwards. So that, you know, you'll be able to see both of them, even if one of them isn't live, which is always nice. And if you decide you want to do her game night, just let me know if there's any questions you want me to ask Drew, and I'll make sure that I ask those of him when he's here. Yeah, the light pink, the light pink cherry blossom one, those colors are way too close, Callie, I agree. Oh, and the pink dye got all over the white. Wait, the Swedish chef speaks. Do you, David? Oh my gosh. The only thing missing from the Swedish chef pattern are the little veggies and fruits that sing. I love them. They're so fun. You do not talk like that, David. I've heard you talk. Hi, Quee. You have good and bad news. Uh-oh. Peanut gallery over here. I know, right? I'll post the blanket in the group. Yay. Repeat crafter me. Am I like way far behind you guys? We've been okay. No flowers. I found out yesterday at work that oh my gosh. 12 weeks and 2 days, but my boyfriend, he doesn't like having kids with me. This will be, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Quee. That's very sad. That is very sad, my dear. Premier came out with these little small cakes of grainy square yarn too. Yeah, he's not a very supportive boyfriend, that's for sure. Yeah. Emma, why do you feel old today? Super Saver Granny Square and how to make the Granny Square pattern is different from how many people make Granny Squares. I never made many, so I don't care. There you go. Oh my gosh. Tully's getting to use the new emojis. Did anybody notice that there is a new emoji that you guys got? Because we had so many gifted. Michi gifted 5 memberships not too long ago, and I totally didn't think about the fact that counts towards the emojis and being able to unlock more. And I went just to see how many more we needed, and it was like, upload this new emoji. Yes, please. Thank you. So I did. So you guys got to figure out which one it is. And doing an interview with the local shop owner for Fine Yarns tomorrow at 4 p.m. Okay, so 1 p.m. my time. Check it out if you think it might interest you. Yeah, that'll be fun. Oh, perfect, Angela. I will go check that out. Mandy found it. That's your coffee emoji, guys. That's how I feel in the mornings. Yes, the full coffee sticker, it will be a sticker. I also want it to be on a shirt. I think that would be fun. I don't know if we want to have it say something or not. Maybe just but first coffee, or I don't know. Kimmy's talking to Quee, I think. That's what it looks like. What's everybody working on? What are you working on? What are you sipping on? Anything exciting? Coffee equals life. Yes. I was kind of thinking, my nose is itching from the fibers. Something like about coffee and crochet. And I don't know, like, what I would say to that end. Like, I don't know. You're drinking tea, David? What kind of tea? Bougie tea? Do you get like the expensive teas, or do you get the, you know, the Bigelows or the, what are the other brands? Like, my brain just blanks on stuff, you guys. Stash, that's one. Piccolo. I don't know. You're working on the blanket. Finish the big alligator and sparkly jellyfish. Yay! Mandy's trying to finish. Oh, my nose. This scarf that I set aside forever ago and drinking a diet Dr. Pepper. Nice. I love Dr. Pepper. Lunch and Mountain Dew. Tea with lemon. Ooh. Cross-stitching a QR code onto a pair of shorts. What does the QR code lead to, Emma? That's pretty cool. I've never seen a cross-stitched QR code. And will it work? Probably not, right? Or will it? Washing the rug in the kitchen. There you go. So you're being very productive today. Lipton, thank you. Yeah, Lipton's one of my favorites. I grew up with Lipton and Constant Comment. Those were the two that I always drank. Now that I'm older, I'll drink other kinds of tea as well. They have a new flavor, Dr. Pepper, blackberry Dr. Pepper. Oh, I can imagine that being good. You're making Fozzie, Mama Blue Bear? Oh, how cute. See, you're on the Muppets kick too. My daughter was asking me, which one are you going to make next, Mom? And I said, when I bought the big twist yarns that he said to buy for Kermit and such, because I didn't use the same colors for Rizzo, but not on purpose, but it happened that way. I think they came out nice though. But I bought the additional colors to make Gonzo and the Snoths, although I don't think I have the right fun fur or furry kind of yarn that I need for those. So I might have to order some. But anyway, so I don't know. But I always started thinking about like, oh, it would be so fun to make the outfit for Rizzo from the Muppet Christmas Carol, and then Gonzo too. Just make them for decor for Christmas time. Leads to Rick Astley's never gonna give you up song, so I can rickroll anyone who scans. Oh my gosh, that's amazing, Emma. What an idea. I love that. I won't start singing it, although it's going through my head right now. Thank you very much. But yeah, because then YouTube will be like, nope, can't do that. I'll just enjoy it in my head. Second Star Blankie for Thule. Neutral tones. Ooh, sounds good, Julie. Yeah, I really enjoyed watching your other one come together, so that'll be nice. Would this one also be for you, or are you making it for somebody? Can you make the pig next? Miss Piggy? Is that who you're thinking of? I think she's the only pig. That would be cute. Then Kermit would have Miss Piggy. Oh, you vote for Miss Piggy? Change out her little dress and everything. Oh my gosh, and in the Muppet Christmas Carol, she's got like the bonnet and she's like the housewife kind of thing. I'll make Tiny Tim. That'd be so cute. Yes, I do. In fact, it was funny. I have some like crossword puzzles and such around the house, and I was working on one the other day, and the clue was something like what does Miss Piggy call herself? The Swedish Chef. You vote for the Swedish Chef. David, I'm going to make you a Swedish Chef and send it to you. I'm going to make Steven one as well. Oh my gosh. Exactly, Mandy. That would be fun. Some real pearls. Oh, that would be cute. That would be really fun. This week coming up, we're supposed to get more of the winter mess again. Oh, man. Basically, yesterday, the skies decided to sneeze a little bit of snow on us, and that was it. Like, it snowed for half a second. Okay, it was a little longer than that. And then it didn't stick because it was too warm to stick. And then it was gone. And it was like, it never happened. So we don't even have rain today. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to get snow this year, you guys. Make Steven one, but put a name tag on it with all his alter ego. Carlos, Steven, Victor. We'll put them all on there. I think that's a good idea. He's so funny. But see, if he'd kept going with it though, it's because he was in it was just him and I in Shy's like extra, I think we're part of the extra cozy members. And so we were in the chat and like he couldn't keep us in the dark about it. It was just it was funny. Shy and I were both completely confused. We're like, wait, what? Steven, what? Yep. It's supposed to snow there next week. It's supposed to be almost a foot of snow on Saturday. Oh my gosh. I think the East Coast is just the only ones getting the snow this year. The first one included some yarns that triggered my asthma, so this one is going to be only cotton. Oh, wow. What do you have the issues to? Is it wool or acrylic? Cozy. You're getting snow too, Crafty Witch? Oh my gosh. David, do you still have snow in Sweden, or has it melted? This is our first major snowfall this year. Mandy, is this like when you would normally get your snowfall for the year, or is it late in the season? When do you guys normally get all the snow? I love making this granny square. It makes me happy, you guys. I like it. It's very mind-numbing. I don't have to think about anything other than making sure I put 3 in each. Snowed the other day, but it melted away now, which is sad. Aww. We had our first snow in Minnesota on Halloween. Wow. So you usually get it earlier on then, but we haven't had much accumulation this year. High of 73 for you, Callie. Wow. Yeah, I don't know what the heat temperature is going to be today, but I don't think it's probably in the 40s, I would say, or maybe upper 30s outside. So that's why if it did snow, it wouldn't stick. It's too hot. Wool and fluffy acrylics have issues for you. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, exactly, Lana. I think you're onto something. Because it's very nice to, like, this would be the perfect project to just take on an airplane or anywhere really, because you're not having to look at a pattern. You're just going round and round and round she goes. So nice and easy. 8 rounds on my second Hexi and realized I had skipped a corner, only had 5 corners. Frogged the whole thing. Oh no. Wait, Callie, did you finish the first one? Or do you mean the second half of the Hexi Cardi? I was going to say, because if you finished it, I didn't get to see pictures. And you know I like to see pictures. It's a requirement. If you become my member, you have to show me pictures. It's a must. You usually take granny squares on trips. Yep, that's a very good idea. Very good idea. So I have to record well, I've been recording kind of as I worked on, so as I worked on Rizzo and Kermie, I was working on doing some filming, just like as I, you know, B-roll kind of stuff. And then I think I may have done some talking about it with Kermit. But I do need to finish that up and then edit, do all that fun stuff and get the book review out. But I have to decide, because I have a lot of other things I really should do this month, like my books, which I keep mentioning, but I haven't had the time to sit and finish the new cover art and get those back up. And then also my website, I need to finish getting the shop back up in order. So I do have those to do, but on the flip side, I wasn't sure if I should do one of two things. This is my idea. One of two things. We can count, because you know we're doing the doing a book review a month kind of a thing. That was my plan anyway. So this could be the book review of the month. We review the Muppets book. The second option is that, well, and if we do that, if we review the Muppets book this month and that's it, because I had this one pegged for February, what I might do is I have both of these books, right? The first and the second one, and the other one's pegged for June. So if I keep the Muppets as the one for the month, then I think in June I would do both of these at once and then do a book review of the collection. So that's where I'm thinking. And then I just realized, why didn't I put the first book first? Doesn't make any sense. It makes sense for me, because what doesn't make sense makes sense for me, if that makes sense. Oh my gosh. Hi, Izzy. One Hexi Cardi I was making for a baby once, I was off on the points. Oh no. Texas to good old Atlanta. I go to Atlanta every other year for work. Oh, wow. You started doing the pattern on canvas. Thanks for the help. The pattern on canvas. Did I miss something? What pattern are we talking about, Crafty Witch? Fly down and we will sit by the pool. Oh, that sounds lovely. Okay, I think I caught up on that. I made that mistake. Points, I saw that one. Okay, I'm just like, I'm not very good at reading in order. I think that's my problem. You're back, Rebecca. What pattern are you doing on that one? I've got it, and we'll do it too. So, Rebecca, I don't know if I should stick with the Muppets being the book for the month. And if I do, what I was saying is that when this one's pegged for June, this first book is pegged for June. For whatever reason, I pegged the second book for February. Or I could flip them, but whatever way, what I could do is actually do both of them in June, and then these would then be like a collection, the collection of these books for the month. So, and then I would have the rest of the month to get the things done that I need to get done. What do you think? Should I do that, or should I just add one more book review on? Those are my two options. You let me know. Let me know. Yeah, Rebecca's been doing the same books as well. So that's another option too, you guys. If you guys want to, you know, do something in the book alongside me, you guys can do that. Rebecca, are you doing any of the ones that I did from the Muppets? I know you did Beaker. I don't remember if you were, which other ones you might be doing. And did you get the little beakers that you had found? Oh, your own patterns on Canva. Nice. Canva is very nice. Yes, I like working on Canva. Thule, what 6-day star blanket are you using? I've seen so many, Sarah, for the 6-day star blanket. There was one on Ravelry I liked. Let's see if I could find it. But I think there's just a ton of them. It was probably like one person came up with it and then everybody else followed suit, you know? They're like, I'm going to take it and make something similar. 6-day star blanket. What was the one I liked? Let me see. Yeah, I was thinking a collection review might be a good thing. I would definitely switch the books because I think that I should have thought in advance that doing the first book first would make more sense. But yeah, that's what I was thinking of. I'll do the Muppets book this month, and then I'll do the collection in June. The only one, because I have 3 Peek-a-Pow books, so I was pegging those for 3 different months. So I'd have to think on that if I wanted to combine those as well. DK Jen's going to do Miss Piggy in the spring, but it's a pattern from Etsy. Oh, it's a different one. Okay. Next year is the Atlanta year. Okay. All right. Why is this not 6-day star blanket? Enter. Is it this one? Yeah, I think it's this one. Okay, I'm gonna send you. I don't get it. Why is there 2 prices? That's weird. Unless there's multiple designs. Oh, I see. Oh, no, I don't see. Oh my goodness. Here, I'm going to click on this one. This one looks nice. Okay, I am going to send this one your way. It's called the 6-day supernova blanket. So I would probably do one like that. So Sarah, if you're talking about my books that I wrote and illustrated, I'm actually revamping the cover art for the series. So when I re-release the books, that'll be second editions that I'm releasing myself under the FRIZZY'S Books imprint, which is exciting. So we're going to keep with FRIZZY'S as the kind of the theme for all of the business stuff that I do. And I don't have Edward's Menagerie, but I know which one you're talking about, Rebecca. And I do like that book. For whatever reason, I never bought that one. I don't know why, but it is a very nice book. Betty McNitt or something like that did the first star blanket. Oh, she was the originator, the OG star blanket maker. So you like, Mandy, you like the idea of having the collections together? Because the thing is that, you know, if I'm thinking about it, well, 2 things. One is that I will have to move probably some of these other books over and do those as well. But I think with collections, it's probably better to do it that way because really if one book is well written, done all that, it's the same person that's doing all of them. So it's just kind of would be very redundant, I would think. I can't imagine, unless it's a collection of different designers, the books being vastly different. You know what I mean? You're doing a basic star with 7 corners, but I would love to try the 14 corners one or supernova one on later. Yeah. Isn't that pretty? Etsy Miss Piggy patterns. There are some AI ones going around. Oh no. Ugh. You have ebooks of those, Nessa. That's a good idea because even if it's the same author, one could be better than the other. It's true. It's true. Yeah. And that's a good point. Like maybe the designs themselves, the characters are better in one over another. I could see that. But I think if it's the same author, the same designer, and the same technical editor as well, it should, in theory, you know, it should flow the same way in that respect, would be my guess. But yeah, so anyways, I think Sarah was asking about my books. my goal this month is to finish redesigning the cover art for the 3 books, and then re-releasing books 1 and 2 of the Tales of Whimsy series. It'll be through Amazon KDP, and then and I will let you guys know, because yes, it's on there now. That's the first edition that was with my publisher before. So I think you guys are going to like the new cover designs. I've showed it to a few people and they've all really enjoyed seeing those covers, and they like the direction I'm going. So yeah, that's going to be forthcoming. I'd like to get the first 2 re-released within the next month or 2, and then I will announce like coming. I'm hoping to get it out by the fall. If not, it would be next spring that the 3rd book would come out. So, but yeah, I've almost finished writing the 3rd book. Then I have to I'll start like outlining the artwork of what I want to make. So we will probably have maybe I'll do some lives with members or whatever, where I'm just drawing you guys, because I'm going to have to do a lot of drawing for the books. Every page, every spread has art on it. So we're talking like well over 100 illustrations, you guys, for each book. That's why they're such long labors of love for me to get them done. And that was a big push as to why I didn't want to release the 3rd book with the publisher that I'd had. Because it takes a lot of my time to put them out there, and if I wasn't even going to see anything from it. Right? Somebody said these reminded them of mushrooms, and so I was like, well, there you go. I'm going to do the mushroom theme. Shy, hello, my dear. How are you? Did you fix or do what you needed to on your video? And what are you up to, Esther? What are you working on? Unless they are stitch dictionaries, some crochet designers for wearables can have pretty different designs, garments. I like to see them before I buy. Oh, there you go. The bird book the author just released. I think that's a good one, because if it's the same author, I'm just making sure I've read everybody's comments. Okay, good, Rebecca. Awesome. Video's ready to go. Sweet. I enjoyed watching you had gotten some products in that you were reviewing. I think that came out yesterday, I want to say. But yeah, that one was really good. You know what? I thought that burner pen thing that you got, I thought that was going to be for singeing, like, you know, when you see the ends of I-cords and stuff, and they'll have a kind of like a burned look on the bottom just to solidify the yarn. That's what I thought you were going to use it for. I didn't realize it was for like singeing the ends of the threads for sewing and such. Hi, Ganny Joe. How are you? Good to see you. And hello, Marie. Welcome in. No, you're not late. You're right on time. You're good. Yeah, that was really good. And oh my gosh, the electric winder. I kept thinking to myself, gosh, what happens though if the skein starts to knot? Will it just keep pulling, or does it have that sensation that, oh, if it's pulling back, I should stop because there's probably, you know, probably some sort of yarn barf knot mess going on. Shy, how are your Hexi Wrap Cardis coming? Mine is still not as big as it should be, but I'm working on it. It could possibly be used to cut acrylic yarn, but I haven't tried it. I understand it's mainly a sewing tool. Gotcha. Like, how do people do that? Do they just like hold a lighter to the end of a like yarn or something like that and then hope it doesn't catch fire? I don't know. I've never done it. It's easier to turn off, and it'll turn off if it's got too much tension. Oh, good, good, good. Yeah. Yeah, I started thinking, oh my gosh, that's going to be terrible if it doesn't stop, because it's going to need to stop at some point. Thank you, Shy. I can't wait to see how it comes out, but I have quite a ways to go. This is as big as it looks so far. Yeah, I've got quite a bit more to do before I need to even measure myself. Oh, I should go back over here. Hang on, bear with. There we go. Yours are hibernating again. Oh, there you go. Do another live next week. Lighters, yeah. I think that's what people use are lighters. But I don't know if there's certain yarns you can do that with and certain ones that you should avoid doing that with that are perhaps very flammable. Hi, Kim. How are you? Kim got a snow day today, which is exciting. You get to just hang out with the rest of us. You just got a coupon for Hirschner's for 12 hours, free shipping on a $35 order. Well, if it's free shipping, that's a pretty low order to get free shipping on. So that might be a must, Lana. I think it is. You're doing an online jigsaw puzzle, DK Jen? That sounds like fun. Sick, so I don't feel like crocheting. Aww. My son is also sick, although he didn't act very sick when he came over to say hi. I don't know. Yes, I hope you feel better too, Marie. Get lots of rest, drink lots of water. I use lighters on the back of my safety eyes to melt them flat. Ooh, that makes me nervous too. I think I'd have to do a tester one first before I'd commit to like a finished piece. Acrylic, but I know some synthetic fibers are very flammable, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't gamble with fire either. You're like taking your crochet projects outside with your lighter and people see you. Ooh, they have puzzle yarn. Lana's like, oh, they have puzzle yarn. How exciting. Oh, I got that puzzle sparkle to use still. I need to use that. I've got a lot that I need to use, but all in good time, all in good time. That's why I haven't done it yet, Callie, because, I mean, my aim is not great, so I don't know about that. I like the idea, though, of the melting the back of the safety eyes. You make sure that it's really not going to pop off that way. I do think that's a good idea. My photography group leader posts them online for us. I do them on my phone. Oh, there you go. But I've done it so much now, I don't think about it. Yeah. Well, and most of your acrylic amis, I mean, they're probably done in acrylic, the amis that you do. Oh my gosh, guys, the fibers. Oh my gosh. Shyla, I fluffed up my pygmy puff with a cat brush. He's like a pink cotton ball now. But he's giving off a lot of fibers now. I'm just glad it didn't break. I wasn't sure if I was doing it right, but I just went to town. Hi, Ducci. How are you? Welcome in. I did a little short. I was like, okay, let's just get this done. I was going to do the brushing out while I was on live with you guys, but I tested it. It's kind of loud, the sound that it makes. So yeah, he's a chunky boy. He's a fluffy boy, yes. I was telling him earlier because I used like this is my cat brush, and I probably put their scent all over it, so the cats will start playing with it now. Oh, perfect, Kim. Perfect. Do you think you guys will have a snow day tomorrow too, Kim, or? or I mean, ours goes day by day, but we have notifications on our phone because of the school buses. So they let us know if there are going to be any snow days. It does. It looks better, Hanjuchi. I thought so too. I'll put it next to Kermit so you can still see it. There we go. I think the nice thing about it is it really blended the two pinks together, so they feel almost variegated now instead of feeling like I intertwined two separate threads like I did. Oh, it's already over. Hyped about the newly announced Sims pack. How are you? Doing well. I never got into The Sims. I thought the way they talked was like weird. I'm just gonna get used to it. I don't know. All right, give me like 20 minutes. Oh, okay. I know with ours, if there's even the hint of snow, they tend to close the schools just because we have very windy back roads that the buses take, and there's total ditches, like deep ditches on either side. And so I think that if there's any chance of ice or slipping, they won't even chance it, which I'm glad about. I think that's a good thing. But they always end up adding and tacking on the days at the end of the school year, or they take away some of the days that they'd had planned to give during the school year. The Simlish, definitely. It is, right? I could not get used to it. I don't even really remember how they talk. I just remember thinking it sounded funny when I was young. Simlish, that's a good name for it. I played a game with my brother when I was a kid called Banjo-Kazooie, and they had a very odd language as well. Theirs was very loud sounding compared to The Sims, though, which you'd think would have been more obnoxious, but I don't know. I enjoyed that game. I played that one. Bigfoot may flip the bus. You never know, David. You just don't know. I mean, you never know when you're going to see him. You may not even see him. He'll flip it. You'll still not see him, you know. He gets bored when it's cold. Exactly. He does. Shy, did you want to post your link to your pattern or to your tutorial? So Shy has a tutorial that is free that you could work your way through the pattern, or she has it up on I don't know, is it Ko-fi, and I believe Ravelry as well. And then Ko-fi is usually like a donation kind of a thing. Although I think you can set it to be a paid pattern as well. But yeah, she does kind of like I do, where you could either buy it or you could just follow the tutorial. He's mad because he can't go ice skating because of his huge feet. They don't make ice skates that big, David. They don't. Nope. I get that. You know, I get his frustration. Yeah, definitely. Her pattern is lovely, and it's like a really pretty wrap, so it's going to be flattering no matter your body type, which is nice. And then she's got little extra add-ons you could do for the ties, like little stars, depending on what you like, or just make them as ties. All right, Crafty Witch, have a good rest of your day. I will probably be on for another 15 minutes or so, and then I'm going to head out because I've got a lot of stuff to get done. And apparently I'm taking my son to Krispy Kreme because he wants donuts. I really think he could have gone to school today, but he's very snotty, so there is that. Look how days here this year. They missed almost 3 weeks from that ice. It gets too hot to stay in school. The AC doesn't keep up. Wow. Unless they do like home learning, like what they had to do during 2020, right? My daughter really wants me to homeschool her, and I just really don't want to, you know, because I don't have time, probably. And also, I don't know. I just feel like she doesn't see the necessity of being in school, that she could do it from home. But she also enjoys her time with friends and stuff too. So I don't know. She's like, oh, I'll just play with my friends after I get out of school. Okay. You want Krispy Kreme too, Sarah? I'll toss some in your window. Catch the donut. Tucci. Oh, I did my workout again this morning. I've done 4 days this week. So I've been eating well. Hopefully this makes something happen. I will not be enjoying the Krispy Kreme with him because, like I said, sugar is a gateway for me to more sugar. So it's like opening Pandora's box. If I ate a donut, I wouldn't be able to stop eating the sugar. You do homeschool, it's the best. How long does your school day last, Sarah? Like, are you able to focus for, I don't know, 4 hours or something and then you're done? Or how does that work? We had a neighbor friend that was struggling in school with behavior things and whatnot. His mom kept him home for 1 year and did homeschooling. But he really wanted to try going back because I think he missed the variation and having school friends and all that kind of stuff. So he ended up going back in this year. I see good to both sides of it for sure. You homeschooled 3 kids all the way through. My advice is if you aren't all in, don't do it. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Rebecca. I feel like if I wasn't trying to get my businesses going and stuff, and I wasn't working like most of the day on different things like that, that I would have time and be able to do it. But because I'm trying to get things launched, it's just like I can't even fathom where in the day I would squeeze in, 4 hours of school or however long it takes, 2 to 3 hours without breaks. Yeah, my son is the one that, like, when 2020 hit and we had to do everything online, he struggled with the online schooling because of keeping focus. It's really hard for kids that have hard times focusing. And so I don't know. I don't know that he'd be able to focus at home. There's too many distractions. Ooh, I'm back to the pink. Pretty. But I think the concept of having a 2 to 3 hour day is what's drawing them. They hate the length of how long it takes them at school. They're just like, oh my gosh, I want to go home. I don't want to be here, So yeah. Did your kids love it? Do they think of it fondly, or do you feel like they wish they'd gone to school? Time for learning, and it has all the subjects. Is time for learning the program that you're doing? My sister-in-law is actually looking into homeschooling my nephew because he struggles at school with focus and things. So she's going to test it out this summer, I think, with him and see how she does or how he does with doing some schooling with her over the summertime and then go from there. Curriculum. So I did more than most. I don't know that I would do that. I don't think I could be all in that way, Rebecca. I think that would be too much. I could do a program if there was one available. But the characters move. Oh, that's fun. That's fun. Time for learning. I'll write that down and have a look at it. Time for learning. There we go. You do teaching textbooks. Yeah, my daughter really does not like math. And I'm like, well, you still have to do math, so what's the difference? And she's like, yeah, but you can teach me math. I'm like, only to a point, honey. I got up through Algebra 2, and then I struggled after that with trigonometry. That was where I was like, eee. Couldn't really figure that one out. 2 like it, and the 3rd not so much. I had 1 severely dyslexic, and that was a challenge. Yeah, I can imagine that being very challenging. But apparently, my brother was saying they have like these whole programs that, and also a lot of the businesses will have classes and different things during the day for kiddos that are homeschooled. So they're catering to those that are also going to be home, not just having programs that are for when the kids get older, or not get older, but are in public schools and get out of school like between 3 and 4 o'clock. So, ooh, I made it around again. That was the second go around. Sweet. Making progress, Shy. It's not a lot of progress, but it's something. Hello, Sandra. Then came calculus, yeah. Well, so I did Algebra 2 Trig. It was a combo class in high school, and I did take statistics in college, and I did fine. I got an A. I was able to get through that one. But with Trig, the thing was, is the teacher that I had, he was catering to the kids that were in ahead of the whole class. So they weren't doing what he was assigning today. They were doing stuff that we hadn't even gotten to yet. But he was spending his time with them, or she, I don't even remember, was spending his time with those kids. And so those of us that were on target or on track with the curriculum, he didn't have time for. And so because I didn't have that extra help that I needed to understand it, it just wasn't happening. So I ended up dropping the class after I got past the Algebra 2 portion. So, I don't know. But yeah, Trig was not my friend. It was a while ago for them. They are in their late 20s. Yeah, they do. I think even the schools have a at-home program ever since COVID. Pretty sure that they still have one going on. Right? It's like, if you're going to spend or if you're going to spend your time with the kids that are advanced, have that be like outside of the class time, not in the class time, and then not have time for the kids that are trying to do what you're teaching right now. It never made sense to me. So, but I feel like kids now, like I was doing algebra in high school, I think they're learning it in middle or even grade school now. I think they're more advanced than I was, or than we were at that age. I feel like everything's getting taught quicker. Your career hopes to be a scientist went out the window, Sandra. Oh my gosh, that's too funny. Yeah, I know. When things start getting into, I mean, I could get some of the letter kind of algebra-y stuff, but then, yeah, like you said, when it becomes abstract, then the sense of it, for those of us that, you know, had it up to that point, goes out the window. Quit at home learning options as they were finding kids not doing anything. Oh no, that's too bad. That's probably school by school that they have that still. I feel like a fiber went in my throat from the yarn. Okay, Sarah, have a good rest of your day. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you, thank you. Typing skills are amazing. Right, Sandra? I can type like nobody's business. I wish I knew when I was in school, I wish I knew that I loved writing and illustration and that kind of thing, and that I'd spent my time getting a degree in those, but I didn't know at that time. I knew I liked art, but that was it. I didn't even have crochet back then, you know? How many words a minute can you type, Sandra? Have you ever been tested? My brother and I used to play this game called Mario Teaches Typing. Have you guys ever played that? It was amazing. You basically were Mario on a 2D side scroller game, and the back, right? So one side was coming up to you, and as fast as you could type, he would run. And so if you could get it typing fast, then you could just make it through the level. But as he slowed down, he would reach towards the wall, right? And he was gonna get KO'd. And it was really fun though. Very incentivizing to get faster at typing. Sounds good, Mandy. Oh wow. Yeah. Last time I had it tested, which was many, many years ago, I was at 77 words per minute. But I might be more than that now. I don't know. I have no need to get tested again. So. Legal secretary for over 30 years. Wow. Can you type like the shorthand stuff as well? Pretty low income district. So they were finding the dynamics of parental involvement to monitor was very slim. Yeah. I could see that. I would probably, if I was to try to do both things, I would have to set them up on the table I have right there so that I could monitor them and go back and forth. Even the thought of it makes me like stressed out. Jumpstart games from the 90s, like Jumpstart First Grade. Ooh, it sounds familiar. I'd need to know more. What were they to teach you? We don't use it anymore. Yeah, it's outdated. I said a word the other day and my daughter was like, "Really, Mom? You're so old school." I'm like, "Oh, jeez." Am I? I guess I am. It's all dictation now. Wow. Yeah, I saw, speaking of the 90s, well, I was thinking 80s, but Michael from MDL Crochet has this gigabyte blanket that I want to make. I was thinking 80s retro colors would be super cool, which some of these are as well, some of the very vibrant tones, but like with the neon greens and stuff too, maybe add some black as a contrast, you know, to the neon retro colors. Oh, that would be such a cool blanket. Someday I will make it. My mom was a data entry specialist. She was very fast. She used to train others. Always said I had to learn how to type and have speed. Yeah. Oh, your kids love the Jumpstart ones that Amy was talking about? Jumpstart games. I'm going to have to look that up, Amy. I bet you we did play them. I just can't remember. We played games too on the computer. Like there was a trivia game called You Don't Know Jack. That one was fun. My mom even got in on that one. Oops. Red Heart Neon Stripes. Oh, I wonder if that's the one. See, the only thing though I'm wondering is with the gigabyte, I wonder if it's going to do striping like this so that you can actually see the gigabyte like he does drop downs, I guess, in Tunisian to get that look. But it'll be like a 3-pronged, like a microchip kind of a thing, I think is what it was kind of cordoned off of. So what I'm wondering is then if you'll get that same kind of striping look that you need. Probably would. Now you got me thinking though, because I bought a couple skeins of one that might be the one you're talking about, and it has black in it. And then I want to say it has like the vibrant, really vibrant blue tone, the pink tone, and I want to say the lime green that I'm talking about. So that would be very cool, very cool. They're on YouTube. Memories. You need individual colors. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so sorry. My nose is like, the fibers just go right up my schnoz and it just makes me itch. It's probably still from the pygmy puff from before. Yeah, I thought so too. And I think what Amber's doing, I don't know if every row is a different color. I think it is. Every row is like a different color. So, but at least I could use that. If that's the color palette that I want, I could use that when I go and buy those colors. I'll know like, okay, I got to get these colors to make it that look. Self-striping yarn that changes with where the drop downs happen. Probably need to measure out where they happen depending on that and the tension and hook size. Yeah. But Nessa, finding all those things out might be just as frustrating as working with those flower granny square yarns. Because that's a lot of trial and error and frogging, right? You know, just to figure those elements out. I already got to the light pink. That's the thing, you know, so I have mostly solid tones, but then I do have some variegated that I had gotten probably either from my mom because she bought them to do slippers at some point or whatever, but because I didn't do wearables and I really didn't like using variegated for Amis, they've just been sitting there. But now that I'm getting into doing wearables, I see the value in the variegated because I love, especially the striping variegated ones. I love how the striping comes out and that you don't have to change, you don't have to constantly change colors and tie in a bunch of ends. It does it for you. It's like magic. You did a Tunisian chevron baby blanket with Lion Brand self-striping ice cream roving. It turned out exact where the colors changed per my row. Wow. That's nice. Yeah, if you can get the pattern and you can get, like you were saying, if you can get the right tension and hook and all of that, so the striping works where you need it to, that would be an ideal situation for sure. I want to do Michael's, he's going to do an Irish one. I can't remember the name. I think it was like Erie or something like that. But it's going to be beautiful. It just looks more like, it looks like it's going to take some time to figure out. It almost kind of has a cabled look. Don't think I want to start my Tunisian journey with that one. Self-striping yarn. I can't even say that. Say that 10 times fast. Self-striping yarn. Yeah. The laziness takes over and you're like, yeah, let's get the one that does it for me. I like that idea. Well, I will probably head out, you guys, and I guess go to Krispy Kreme with my son. Maybe pick up another coffee on the way back and try to get to work on my shop and see how far I can get on that today. So I hope you guys have enjoyed hanging out with me. I always enjoy hanging out with you. And I will be on tomorrow, remember, at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'll have Drew in the house, in the hive, rather, from the Muppets book. So we'll talk to him all about the Muppets and his experience with creating the book. I cannot wait. So I hope you'll tune in for that or watch the replay if you aren't able to tune in live. Yes, David, you have an amazing rest of your day. Nessa, Amy, everybody that is here with me. Oh, good job, Nessa. Yay for weight loss. Woo, woo, woo. Getting healthy. It's great. Have a good day, Ducci. All right, you guys, don't forget, like and subscribe, all the things. Consider joining the members. We have lots of fun, you guys. It's always available, and I love each and every one of you. So have an amazing rest of your day, and bye-bye.